The Bible says, and by a prophet God delivered Israel. Am I correct? And by a prophet he also did what? Establish. You see, God said to Abraham, your children will be in a strange land for how many years? 400. How many years were they there? 430. So God gave a word and he delayed for 30 years. You know why? When the time came, God came. The question is, who will go for us? Who can I send? Look at the assignment. The assignment is to deliver the people. That is power. But also it's what? Establish the people. The people have to be translated from a group of people to a nation. It will need you to have understanding in laws, in customary laws. God gave Moses how many laws? 10. He developed 523 customary laws to govern their coexistence. From 10 laws, somebody has power in management, somebody that understands sanitation and health. Don't defecate. When you finish, cover it. You know why he could not use? When God came down, Aaron was there, but God had to wait for Moses for 30 years. You know why? Aaron did not have the capacities. Aaron can use a rod and deliver the people, but Aaron doesn't have capacity to make them into a nation. Structures, systems. I thought making sense. So God had to wait until he gets a man, because the Bible says and Moses was schooled in all the wisdom of Egypt. He knows what it takes to run a nation. He does not only prophesy, but he can speak to the economists. He can speak to the political sector. He can talk about the laws made in the nation. If all you do, pray in tongues, feel good, you heal a sick, you finish, wonderful. There are dimensions God will never use you. I thought I made sense. There are dimensions. You know what he said to them? Now I'm saying, the first time I sent you, did you lack anything? They said no. What did he say? Now as you go, take an extra pause. Someone say extra pause. Build your own economy as a minister. The first time you lack nothing, the word went with you. Now take an extra pause. Build your economy, because there are days ministry will not give you, but the reserve you have built for yourself can sustain you and your family. Is that not what Pastor Yemi was telling us? Number 2, he says take an extra coat. You know, lepers were identified by their coats. Prophets were identified by their coats. Kings were identified by their coat. So he said take another, not the same, different. Why? You come today with a prophetic office. If they don't receive you, change to an educationist. You will take over your society. They don't receive you in that mantle, change that mantle, because there are people you will never reach with your prophetic titles. I was received by a president. I've seen many of them, but this one I will receive now was because I came as a financial consultant, and the president received me. When we finished, I called the second in command, gave him straight word of knowledge. You've been poisoned 3 times. You have had accident 2 times. And I detailed his life. The man asked me, who informed you? I said, my government. He says, Cameroon. I said, no, I come from a higher government. I said, my brother, my senior brother is the king, and he has mandated me to represent him. He says, talk to me about him. I said, do you know a man called Jesus? He said yes. The Jesus they talk about church, I said, they don't know him. I'm talking to you like one that knows him. He wants to help you. Are you ready? He says yes. I said, kneel down. Open your eyes. He opened. I says, believe what you're saying, because this is incantation. This is initiation. And I said to him, say, Jesus. He said, Jesus. Say, I love you. He said, I love you. I said, say, I have seen your brother, and he informed me about you. So, some of you think that it is that deliver me from my sins. The Bible says, if you acknowledge him as the Son of God, and you believe in your heart, and you make that confession, the rest of the thing we add is not what makes them saved. And he finished. He said, so now I've become your brother. I said, we're of the same kingdom. Laid hands on him. And I told him, I said, this president, by then they were vice president. I said, you're going to be the next president. And 2 years after, the man became the president. We are not talking feebles. There's a course we must take to break into certain ground. Oh, Yamanu Ashafita.